So right now, traders, overall markets are getting ready to have a little bit of a short-term pullback, and have a look at the mining sector as well too. Plus, also want to share some things that we actually talked about in the live room today. Let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, let's go into, so the main topic around this video that I want to do for you today, guys, is that what you must be focusing on if you actually want to become a professional trader of these markets, okay? What you must focus on. So the first thing I do say is about the overall indices here, okay? So the overall indices right now, we had a very big bounce. You know, you've been following me. We caught this bounce. We knew this bounce. S&P 500, we saw this bounce coming, right? And now it's coming. And now the big bounces happen. Now we're starting to see some of those bears who didn't believe it. Now they're coming out and saying, oh, well, we should make a new high soon. I'm like, where were you down here when I was saying get ready for a bounce? Anyway, so I can see the market coming up through here. I do believe we're likely to see some form of a little bit of pullback, guys, but then we're likely to see a really big move coming out of this level from here. So overall stock market right now, guys, is bullish. I had to think about that. The reason why I had to think about that is because I'm actually in 3 trades right now. 2 are bullish and 1 is bearish. I'm actually in a bearish trade right now. So I'll talk about that in just a minute. But let's go look at gold and silver. Now the thing about silver is we're actually getting very, very close to this level all through here. Okay, so all this resistance all through here, and now we're coming through here as well too, right? And same for gold. Gold is actually, even though gold broke out recently, guys, yeah, I don't buy this, guys. I don't buy it. Like, I mean, like, I'm bullish this market, but we're not getting the actual really good move that I was actually expecting out of it, right? We've been going up, 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 up. Look how slow it's been going up. So if we don't start to see some really big, strong movement out of gold soon, we're probably going to see a little short-term drop out of it. Just saying. Don't shoot the messenger, right? And the same for the GDX and the GDXJ. Guess what's happening through here, right? So low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and higher low from here. All right? So we're still in a very big, strong upward trend when it comes to the mining sector, guys. But I should say, and just looking at the mining sector though, but we are starting to actually have a move back up, but we do have a lot of resistance around that 40 level where we're getting close to right now, possibly even up to around that 45 level. So this whole area through here, guys, is definitely a level of strong resistance through here. So there's a bit of an update for you across the markets, guys, when it comes to that as well too. A quick look at this. This is a stock that I've mentioned a few times now on this here. Traders, looks like oil is about to actually have a bit of a doo-doo on the downside. Looks like oil is about to see some really big movement on the downside. And that's basically it, right? So we're probably likely to have a really big movement on the downside from here. So that's what I see through there, guys. Overall stock market, very bullish right now. Gold and silver, they're in a very bullish tone, but if gold doesn't start to pick up soon, we're going to get a little bit of a short-term pullback. But we are still very bullish, gold and silver, and also the mining sector as well. But on the other hand, the energy sector, such as oil, maybe even XLE, we may be getting a drop in that sector. A big drop in this sector could be coming, right? Because it's just shaping up that way. So that's what I want to talk about. There's a bit of an update for you across the market. Now, I want to share something with you. This is for you guys that actually want to learn the art of successful trading. I want you to think about this here for a minute, okay? One of the things we do, like if you look at your trading in itself, and it's so amazing, guys. If you look at your trading in itself, right? So actually trading the markets. If you're an active trader, you're getting in, you're holding for a few days, maybe for a few hours if you're trading the shorter time frame charts and then getting out, right? Or for me, I like to trade the daily charts and I like to get in, hold for a few days, sometimes even up to a few months, and then get out, okay? And then look for another opportunity and so on and so forth. So you may be that person there, okay? That person, so hear me out. One of the big mistakes that people are making is, think about this here, okay? So in order for us to become good at that, right? That is what? A trader of the markets. How do we become good at that? That is like, how do I become good at finding good entry points? How do I become good at good risk management, good trade management, those sort of things, right? That there is a skill. And what is that? How we become good at that is just learning how to recognize the patterns that tells us, now we should be looking to get into the markets, right? So that's basically what trading is all about. Trading the market is a technical analysis based approach. It's not a fundamental based approach. And here's why I say this. If you go and spend a lot of time looking at the big macro picture, looking at the debt, CPI, PPI, let's go, right? Anyway, so PPI, let's go. So if you're going down that path, right, and you're looking at the inverted yield curve, or the debt, or Japan, or the carry trade, okay, cool. So you're spending all this time going down this rabbit hole of this here, right? Now, question. Okay, cool. So you've just learnt all this information. You've learnt about the inverted yield curve. And you've learnt what the inverted yield curve is telling us right now. And you learnt that the inverted yield curve says that we're probably likely to go to recession soon. And what to look for and so on and so forth. Beautiful. Amazing. Now, with what you just learnt, go to the market and utilize that information to place a successful trade. We can't, can we? Because we're just like, that doesn't, what you're spending a lot of your time on does not correlate to you becoming a much better trader. You're just learning about the big macro picture. Yeah, everyone knows about the inverted yield curve. The inverted yield curve has been inverted for a long time, and the market's been going up for a long time. So you see what I'm saying here, right? CPI, PPI, debt bubble, FOMC announcements, will they cut, will they raise rates, all this sort of stuff. Okay, you learn that information. And now what? If you spent 20 hours a week going down a rabbit hole of looking at the big picture, and looking at forward cash flows and so on and so forth, then you are spending a large chunk of your available hours on something that does not matter at the end of the day for you becoming a good trader. Because if we have a bad CPI report coming out, or if inflation is coming down, or if there is a debt problems, or if they are cutting interest rates, or if there is something with Japan, and so on and so forth, the question is, okay, now you've learned all this information. Fantastic. Good job. Now go utilize what you've just learned to help you become a much better trader of the markets. You can't, right? You just can't. Because it's like, okay, you learned that and? So the purpose of what I'm saying here is that if you actually want to become good at trading the markets, like trading the actual markets itself, then most of your waking hours should be focused on developing a confidence within the patterns or the pattern that you look for, right? So for me personally, if you do need some help, should be a link in the description. You can apply for my coaching program. Again, there's a link in the description there. But the thing is this, guys, is that whenever you're trading the markets, it's all about having setups that we can go get into, that we can have confidence in, right? So if you're spending, throughout the month, if you're spending 40, 50 hours a month on stuff that doesn't matter, you can see how you're slowing down your progress. And this is where I'm seeing a lot of big mistakes amongst people here who are going out there. They automatically think recession is coming, so therefore I should go short the markets. And we know that's not how it works, right? Yes, a recession is coming. When? Now? Maybe we're already in a recession. Maybe the recession started last month and we just don't know it. You see what I'm saying here? So a lot of people are wasting their time and their energy and their focus on something that is just a dead end road. Now what? See, when I'm trading and me and my clients are trading, guess what? We're going to the markets, right? We're going to the markets and looking for our setup that we believe in, that we have confidence in, that we know that works most of the time. And so you can spend a lot of hours learning about this sort of stuff and listening to interviews and so on and so forth, but do not be trying to utilize that information as in, I should go do this right now, right? Because that's not, if you want to model the people who do well out of trading, then we need to model we need to model the people who do well out of trading. And yes, I did say the same thing twice. And so if we're going to model them, guess what? What do they do? The people who trade the markets well. Do they say, I'm waiting for the FOMC announcement to come out, and depending on what they do, then I'm going to go trade the markets based off that? No. What do they do? How do they trade the market throughout the entire year? Simples. They come down to their set of rules that they follow, and they're following those rules, right? They're following those patterns. And because they've gone over the same pattern 1,000 times, right? I watched a movie or rewatched a movie called, I think it's called Hustle. Adam Sandler, boxing movie, so on and so forth, Netflix. And the whole thing is what? It's the same thing every day, right? Boxing, right? I like boxing. But for me to be getting ready for my next boxing fight, right? What do I need to do? One of them is cardio. So I need to go for a run. I don't just go for a run once and like, you know what? I'm good to go. No. I need to go again and again and again and again, but I'm doing that again and again. And it's the repetition of that thing that builds confidence. And that's where most successful traders are. See, a lot of you right now are focusing on all the wrong things. And then you're wondering why your trading's not doing well. Because most of your time is focusing on, okay, yeah, you just spent 20 hours learning all this information about all this stuff. Now, how do you take that and help you become a much better trader that's going to help you, right? Because you go, oh, inverted yield curve, recession's coming, I'm going to short the markets. And then 2 days later, you shit the bed. It's like, no, right? Like, that's so like, no. Just because a recession is coming, we may be already in a recession. I think you get the point here, right? So the big thing about this update here that I really want to share with you is that if you actually want to be honest with yourself about trading, now if you don't and you want to stay on the side of this guy's an idiot, then that's okay as well too, right? But remember, the top people who actually trade the market successfully, what are they using? They're using technical analysis, they're using setups to get in, they're using risk management to manage the risk, and they're using good trading management to maximize the profit, to let their profits run. So if that's the case, did you hear anything about when's the next recession going to start? Or what's the Fed doing? Or what's all this news media hearsay, they say, that blah, 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 blah. Did you hear anything about that in that sentence? No. What did you hear? A successful trader knows and understands the patterns that he's looking for, because that's how we make money, right? We make money when we get the direction right? We get in the markets and we get the direction right. You don't get the direction right from an announcement, right? And I always say this, guys. I think about this here, right? You want something that you can rely on for the rest of your life. Something I was talking about with my clients today, right? We're in one trade right now. Actually, we're in a couple of trades right now. I got into one trade right now, and we're in two trades as of yesterday. Today, I got into a third trade. But the two trades I'm in right now, they're nicely in profit, and one's really running off a profit. And we're talking in the trading room that trading is all about developing your time confidence foundations on what? On something that you can rely on for the rest of your life. Not being lucky, right? Because that's how you develop true confidence, right? Is knowing that if you just focused on this setup throughout the entire year, you know most of the time it's going to generate a profit. So if you did that every year for the rest of your life, you are going to make money. And then you start to make 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond. You see what I'm saying here, right? Like that's how you develop real confidence. So, but if you go trade off an FOMC announcement and you make a lot of money, okay, and I'm all about teaching you, for me, my coaching program, link in the description, is all about teaching you processes, patterns, systems, and trade setups that will work again and again and again in any market that you can use as a foundation for the rest of your life. Not just a gimmick or a hope or a luck. It's no, this setup here that I'm in, right? And my clients just are doing amazing right now. This setup here, I know that when I wait for this setup and it comes around and I trade it, I know every year I'm going to have an amazing year because this system just works most of the time. All I have to do is scan the markets every day, keep an eye out for that, and keep my discipline up for my discipline and my patience up for waiting for the setup, and then away we go. So depends on where you are, right? And you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be completely honest with yourself. Again, if you do need some help, guys, then that link in the description, my coaching program, I can help you out with this every day in the markets, because that's what I do, right? All this stuff I'm talking about right now is the stuff that I was talking about in the room. Because again, I don't just have a coaching program just for the period of time that you're with me. My whole coaching program is to set you up with a whole foundation of trade selection, risk management, trade management. So you know and understand these markets at a deeper level, aka when the stock market was going to bounce a week ago. I even shared this on YouTube. And once you start to see that, and once you start to get this good solid foundation, you know for the rest of your life, every single year you're going to generate a really nice return on your account. All because you're going to the market with a high probability systematical way. See traders, the reason why I make money to this day is I don't guess. I'm not guessing. Is this the trade that I like to trade that has a high probability of generating a pre-return? Yes or no? And guess what? We're in 2 trades right now, and the trades are really, we're at 3 trades, right? We got into 1 trade today, and the other 2 trades we're in right now are really, really nice, right? One of the trades we got in just about 4 days ago, and it's been a really, really, really nice profit. Most of these trades that meet my trading rules make a profit. So if I can wait for these trades throughout the entire year, I can look back and say, oh, I made this amount, I made a really nice profit this year. 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it is, right? I made a good return this year. Because that's what you want, right? You don't want to just be able to be lucky for a week or 2 and then go downhill. Right? You don't want that, right? That's not how you develop. That's not how you become a long-term successful trader. You want to have the confidence that when you go to the markets and you focus on the setups, like, of course this is going to make money. I've seen this thing 1,000 times. And as I said before, is that trading the market successfully is about developing confidence within the patterns, the entry signals, the trade management, all that sort of stuff that helps you get in and get out of these trades and trade throughout the year to make money throughout the year, right? And so, again, if you're focusing on the fundamental side, the CPI, the PPI, the Japan, all that sort of stuff, you can't, if you're spending a lot of time on that and not much time on, okay, what setup am I looking for? And developing screenshots and going over the same setup again and again and again and again and again, screenshots after screenshots after screenshots, you're not developing that foundations, right? And if you're not developing the foundations, then you know 1 month from now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now, if there is no solid foundation to your trading, then 1 year from now, 5 years from now, you're going to be nowhere near your outcome, which is actually to generate a really good income from trading.